Welcome to Marital Hate. I'm Stacy. Doug is over there filling up the bubbles to keep the bugs away.
I don't know if that works.
We read that bubbles will stay away if you
bugs will stay away.
Bugs will stay away if you put bubbles. So welcome to Marital Hate. We do a nightly live podcast. This is episode 97. So we do this Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Many different platforms.
On all the platforms. Well, we were really not on all the platforms. I kept saying I was going to put us on more platforms, but I have not gotten that done because we've had a lot of going on. In any case, whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, you can comment. And if you comment during the live show, we'll bring your comments up on screen and people will be your friend. And it's awesome. And if you comment after the show, people will still comment and be your friend. And I don't know. It's pretty awesome.
They'll be friendly. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed, we're not in the pool because it is raining men here. Hallelujah.
It was raining. Did you really just say?
Huh?
Honey, just be gay already. You can be gay. We'll love you if you're gay. We love Nolan.
We love all gays.
We love the OG lesbians. They're gay. We just love the gays.
What about the mean gays?
You look naked. I am.
She's not naked.
Just kidding. Okay, so I was wearing one of my tank top things with a built-in bra. And I was working on a project that I will fill you guys in on next week. It's a surprise. And my shoulders started to hurt from wearing that. So I took my skirt and turned it into a dress.
That's fantastic.
So that's what's fantastic. It's not like
I said they're fantastic.
Oh, my titties?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying that you could see my cooch.
No.
So anyway, that's how we do it.
There's bubbles.
There's fucking bubbles everywhere. Oh,
hello.
Uriel's here.
Hello, Uriel.
Oh, actually, today's a perfect opportunity to plug once again.
Oh, yeah, because we're at the table.
Our speaker, because it's hard to
I have to go get.
Yeah, well, you can do that. The bubbles are gone freaking crazy. They're everywhere. But the bubble machine is very noisy. So we kept it over there. Maybe we got a little higher, like on the arm of the chair. I don't know. It's nice though, right? Festive, don't you think? So no, I am not naked. And Uriel, we're glad you're here. Yeah, I don't even know what is happening with these bubbles. I don't know if you get a laptop on your laptop, who's and what's this? If you get bubbles on your laptop, will Apple
I don't know what the bubble
cover. Oh, turn it this way. Oh, look at that. No, too many.
We have enough problems with the rain. We have problems with the rain and the park and other things. I kind of want
to eat one, but I think that they're going to taste like soap because, bubbles.
Well, they should make bubbles that like actually taste good and then people can eat them like snowflakes.
There you go. Right? Anne says she loves the bubbles. So much fun. Yeah, but we're worried about them getting on Doug's laptop because the laptop was way expensive and it is not paid for. But
they can come and take it. The Apple police will come with a tow truck. Yeah, they come in a.
They'll take you to prison.
Apple jail.
Apple jail sounds like it might be fun.
Why does it always look like you tower over me on this camera angle?
My hair is very tall, and you slouch.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just a small weak.
And I'm sitting on a cushion.
Oh, you're a cushion?
I'm sitting on a cushion because
okay, you're a cushion. That's why you're dying.
My big fat ass.
A little.
My big fat ass.
What are you doing up there? How's the weather? That's tiny.
Of all of your impressions, you have like two I do not like. That one gives me the creeps.
That's very close to Clark.
I don't like Clark. I don't like moist mouth.
Wait, Ian, do you hear that? That's thunder.
It's thunder. That's why we're not in the pool. But the fucked up thing is I've been trying to get all my swimming done. And how am I going to get my swimming done?
I don't know. All I know is
I'll do it in the rain. I don't care.
You're gonna swim
but I
in the
need
rain.
to finish my other project, and I'd like to maybe get the S's done tonight.
Yeah, okay.
If I can get the S's done tonight, I'd be pretty happy. Can't tell you what it is. Surprise for some of you. If you're good.
You're good. What we do have as a surprise for everybody is the Random yet to be named.
We've been calling it the spot.
You've been calling it the spot.
I don't know. I think it looks like a spot. I mean,
what did I call it the other night?
I don't know, something inappropriate.
No, it was good. I had a good name for it.
Our friend Uriel, who's here, is the creator of this little doodad, and it is an amazing Bluetooth speaker that we highly recommend. We absolutely love it. Uriel asked us. He actually was going to be our first. This was going to be our first sponsorship, and we're like, dude, we're happy to help you out. You're our friend. If you get rich and famous, take us for
Technically,
a
it's
beer
the
or something.
RN86 with a 5-watt driver, machine metal housing, and passive resistor.
Rebrand.
Where do you get that? Where else can you get that?
I will tell you,
With
they're
the Ranadon
currently on the
Corporation.
Ranadon website, ranadon.com, which we'll put in the comments, Douglas. But what I will tell you is this is his initial launch. And, of course, Doug's a branding expert. My background's in business development. Yes, you were definitely a branding expert. That's like literally what you've done your entire career. And we're like, dude, repackage it and charge twice as much because it's a high quality and it's just such a beautiful speaker and it sounds fantastic and it's very heavy. This would be a great gift for anybody. And if you have of course we want to support our friends in whatever way we can, and it just happens to be that Uriel has a great product. We also support Vitamin C Chiropractic. That's a good friend of mine, and if you're not obviously in the Daytona-ish area, you think, well, what the hell am I going to do with a mobile chiropractor? Well, she's also an excellent resource for inexpensive supplements and biomats and Q-Link necklaces, which is the necklace I wear every night, and it helps protect from EMS.
They're not inexpensive supplements; they're good quality supplements.
No, but she gives her customers all a discount, and I also got my biomat from her. So
that thing rocks.
The biomat is freaking great. It's for pain, and it also give you that sweat. Oh, that's a great question. Anne's asking, would that be a good speaker for my computer? So it's Bluetooth. So if your computer has Bluetooth, you could use it with your computer. You can take it anywhere you want. You can use it with your phone. And I believe you can couple them together. You can couple a couple together.
And if you set it up on your computer and leave your computer in the living room, want to go to the kitchen, and you want to bring your music with you, portable,
it's rechargeable. It would be a good speaker. So they're it's on ranadon.com right now. They're $50. Very good quality. You know how Doug is such a fucking snob about the fucking sound quality.
How do I become the bad guy in all of this? That's what I want to know.
You're not the bad guy. I'm just saying that you're a quality sound snob.
I like quality things.
You're a sound snob.
I am a sound
snob.
And
for you to give this your seal of approval is a pretty big fucking deal. Right?
Yeah.
But I just like it because it's just sleek.
It's cool as hell.
Like a lot of the speakers, like we have those, and Ann, you know this, you've been to our house. We have those Google Home speakers in every freaking room of our house, and they look like shit. They look tacky. And then even like the Beats Pill looks tacky. The JBL looks tacky.
And those light up ones, the Sony light up ones are terrible.
And those are like 4 times the price of this. So
get yourself one of these.
And I think this is, like I said, I think it's a great gift. It's a great portable speaker option, and it's got great sound quality. So there you go. And if you have any questions, Uriel can help you out. Daniel says, I'm so happy she wants to hear the song I wrote her, Sierra Mist. Okay, am I allowed to talk about this? Because I would love to spill the tea.
I have no idea what anybody's talking about.
Daniel has a lady friend.
That's not surprising. Daniel's a hunk of man right there. He's a hunk of man.
Hot ass. She's a hot ass lady friend. And they have a May-December romance. Her name is Sierra. He wrote a song for her because I was telling him.
It's only like gonna last 3.5 more months. Is that what you're saying? A May-December?
No, May-December in the sense that he's old.
Oh, he might not last to
Sorry,
December.
Daniel, but relative to her age, he's older than you are, and she's younger than I am.
Yeah, but that still works.
But her family loves him, and I know.
Who doesn't love Daniel?
So he's moving on up, and this girl is she's gorgeous, and she makes him happy, and that's really the most important thing. And Daniel, I hope you make her happy. And also, when is she going to watch the podcast? Is she going to be a guest on the podcast? Does she have any questions about the podcast? Does she want to be interviewed on the podcast? Although I have a strict in-person podcast policy. I want people to only be here 5 months, 61 and 28. He is 61 and she is 28.
Interesting.
Ooh. What do you think about that? You think that's too much of an age difference?
I would have no interest in somebody 28, but if the right 28-year-old came along and say like the Clash,
where am I?
And well, you're like say you're
I'm
out
dead.
of the picture. Yeah,
I'm out of the picture.
Yeah, you're out of the picture because you went to the post office and hooked up with one of those fellas or ladies that were there. And so therefore,
yeah, there's all the beautiful Black people go to the freaking Cape Coral post office. My friend Jamie used to work there, but she doesn't work there anymore.
but Daniel, she's not even
over.
she's not gonna know who Average White Band is or like some of these groups that you like.
Well, so you're saying
what do you talk? Well, maybe they don't.
But
talk.
I don't
maybe
understand
they
how
just do
the
the
shit
stuff.
you talk about, the goddamn Odd Couple 24
Oh,
hours
the
a
Odd
day,
Couple is
and
the greatest show
all
ever.
the people that have been on Nip Tuck that you know from the olden days. I have no idea who any of them are.
We both know who Risa is.
Hey, Risa,
we
love Risa. Todd is here, and he's better late than never. We're just happy you're here. It really does look like I'm a little naked.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh well.
And Daniel used to feel that way until he met her. She's amazing. Hey, it's all whatever it is. Yeah, you know.
When did I get tan lines?
You got tan lines.
When did that happen?
Probably riding around in your Jeep. Or in I don't know.
I don't like that.
What do you mean you don't like? You just like to be all the same toasty color?
I would be naked right now if you wouldn't be grouchy about it. Just so you know, the police were here yesterday and they know about my nudity and my marijuana smoking, and they're totally cool with it. Right? The cop was so cute.
But here's the thing: when a cop comes to your door for an unrelated reason, don't start offering up stuff that you do that breaks the law.
Did we tell them on the podcast yesterday about the neighbors leaving their garage door open all day?
I think we did. Yeah,
bag of tools stolen.
Yeah, somebody stole a bag of tools.
So that's some of our excitement.
It's probably some animal dragged it away because like a palmetto bug flew away with it or something.
I don't know if you've noticed. So there's construction on Cape Coral Parkway, and there's that construction down by the transfer station.
Yes,
I think they're putting a shopping mall in. By the way, there's a transfer station on our street. I think they're putting a shopping mall in. There's they've been working on it for months. There's all kinds of heavy machinery. Trace says yes, I did talk about it.
Yeah.
And she says, sorry, I lost track of time. I was talking to you all the way up to the podcast.
Yeah, you'd figure.
I actually taught, it was so funny because I was asking people for their addresses, the master haters, as it were. Thank you for the people who have given me their address. Todd White, send that shit over unless you've sent it over and I haven't noticed it yet.
Maybe you sent it over.
I have everybody else's.
Okay.
I didn't have to ask Tracy for hers.
I was waiting. I'm waiting for one more.
So in any case, we're coming to your house. We're going to stalk you.
Yeah, it's good. Not going to be good.
We're going to look in your windows. We're going to look from the windows to the walls. We're going to see if sweat drips down your balls and if all these bitches fall. What? No?
You're a skeet motherfucker.
Oh, skeet. Goddamn. What is wrong with us? Tracy says, you said give me 17 minutes and I stopped my clock. Aw. Look at you being sneaky.
She is being sneaky. Sneaky Pete.
You have no idea. It's in your messenger
excellent.
Now. Good.
All right.
Good.
Todd lives in California, right?
You don't want to fight me. Yes. He's in a different time zone. It's I don't know.
It's the afternoon.
It's like
this is like his soap opera.
We're interrupting his supper time.
Oh.
Do you say supper in California or say dinner?
Dinner, supper.
What's the difference? Supper, dinner, lunch, brunch, breakfast?
I think
my kids used to say dinner because we would have lunch and dinner at the same time.
Well, that's just because they were hellions running around.
Not really. Well, I mean, maybe, but we would have brunch, we would have a late breakfast and then we would have a late lunch. So we'd have brunch and then dinner.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have that. I had 3 squares on time, nutritious
Trust
value.
me, my children you've seen it. You've seen my children eating. My children were very well fed.
Like when you throw,
they're skinny as hell, but they were
throw a ham into a carp pond. Yeah, they would eat for sure.
My daughter Victoria eats like a football player, but she stays super skinny.
Risa says supper sounds biblical, which I think it sounds like more country and homespun.
I think supper is like a New England thing.
No, I don't think. No,
because we say supper.
No, I think dinner was a New England thing for me because I always said supper before. What's for supper, and then dinner is now like the thing. We're not going out for supper, but we're going out for dinner. Supper
sounds casual. Dinner sounds formal. No.
Yeah, I think it does.
I don't know.
Yeah, but
you say what you want to say. You love who you want to say. You do what you want to do. Tell us all about it. We love we love whatever you're doing. Lisa points out a valid point. The Last Supper.
The Last Supper.
Which is probably why people in New England say supper because there's so many damn Catholics.
But there were a lot of things when I moved to New England. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? What the hell is a grinder?
A grinder? That's a website where you can get boyfriends.
Yeah. And what is a bubbler? I don't know what a bubbler
Do
is.
you know
I
what a
thought soda
bubbler is?
came out of a bubbler. I thought pop came out of a
Tonic
bubbler.
comes.
Yeah, I thought tonic,
Tonic.
tonic water comes out of a bubbler.
What am I rambling about? Oh, I had to take cannabis oil because I'm in a little bit of pain because I'm working on something, and so I'm gonna get a little silly, maybe.
She might.
Trace says both. Yeah, I know. I go both ways. I also say rubbish in trash, or the wastebasket. I call it a real meal time because it could happen at any time, day or night.
Oh yeah.
Doug says that about eating my pussy.
Oh.
Puss,
Yeah,
as it were.
Yeah, over there is nice, but over there not so much, and over there not so much.
That's the thing that's so crazy about Florida. We will be in the living room and it's raining in the backyard and not in the front yard. And it's funny because my hottest neighbor Jen, she and I always joke about this, about how it rains in our backyard and not in our front yard.
It's the
weirdest thing in the whole world. But it's like our street is the line of demarcation.
It's like the Mass Pike, you know, like if it's gonna snow, like it's above the Mass Pike, it's like 4 to 6 inches below the Mass Pike.
Oh my God! When I lived in Bedford, we used to call it the Bedford Blizzard Belt because we would have 11 inches of snow. Everybody else would have 2.
I grew up in Worcester. We always got the bad thunderstorms. We always got the bad snow. Yeah, it was bad.
Risa says my Nana said tonic and root beer with sarsaparilla.
Oh, very good.
Sarsaparilla is a little different than root beer, though.
It's supposed to be, yeah, but it's very. I think it's very similar. I like them both.
Stronger, I think.
like them both. And birch beer is very similar.
What I'm super sad about is that the A&W on the Cape is closed.
I'm sad about that, and I mean, we
don't live there anymore, so what do we give a shit?
No, but
we're sad for Risa. She lives right near there.
Yeah, that A&W was fantastic. The other ones are even better because they have car hop service. I would love to bring something like that back. If I won the lottery, I would like do an investment thing where I could bring something like that back to.
Well, we did not win the lottery last night.
We didn't. No, we didn't.
Although you guys have to hear something really funny. Let me just tell you. Oh.
And Risa, Tracy's Nana, she wants to know where your Nana grew up.
You're supposed to actually
Watertown. Yeah, a lot of there's tonic was a thing. Rubbish is another
Daniel,
thing.
Are you catching Daniel and Todd? You guys aren't from New England. Are you catching any of this? Because it's all New England ads shit. Yeah. We don't say R's. They're a hard word for us. Letter. So we say H instead. Sapa.
I have one of my songs has a line in it. It says, "There's a car, but it won't start. Parked in the side yard for several years." And the first time I sang it, it was like, "And there's a car, it won't start. Parked in the side yard for several years." So yeah, I had to go back and correct my nonsense.
Actually, I think it's better that way because it has that spin on it.
Tracy's grew up in Vermont, but yeah, it's a sort of regional thing. Yeah.
Y'all should hang out.
You should all. Yeah, you should all.
You should all hang out.
You should all.
I like to play Cards Against Humanity with Risa and her powdery man baby. Speaking of, I need to reach out to my friend Darcy. She sent me a Marco Polo weeks ago, and I'm so behind on everything, and I'm going to be until at least the end of this weekend.
Todd loves the New England accent. Well, and then Tracy says we had ours where they're not supposed to be like Africa. That was the thing. Like I was going to schools, like the teacher's talking about Africa, and I'm like, what the hell is Africa?
That's not the car alarm. We have a bird that sounds like a car alarm.
Yeah,
it's in front of our house. It sounds like a car alarm every day.
I can't think of any other R's where they're supposed to be. There's California is another one. California is like there's no R there, so it's California. Yeah, it's messed up. In 140 North is a road that's also known as Route 140.
Oh my God, all the
roads
in
the north-south
the same
direction.
Freaking name, like 128, 95, 93.
Well, there is one. The 93 and 95 are the same thing for like a few different miles.
And Route 3.
And
sorry, 128.
And 128, yeah.
It's a thing. Don't go there. And we drive in the shoulder of the road, and it scares the shit out of people.
It's nuts. Yeah.
Daniel's actually, I think if I'm not mistaken, Daniel's a truck driver, and he would.
He's had some
I don't know if he's driven in Boston, but we drive on the shoulder. Scares the bejesus out of everybody.
Lisa likes to play Cards Against Humanity because she had laughed very, very hard, and yeah.
Girl, wait,
Washington.
Make sure you come one night when we do Jackbox. When we do Jackbox, it's like Cards Against Humanity, but you can make up your own answers. Oh my God, we did it.
Maybe we'll do that for Labor Day or something.
2-3 times on the podcast. We've done it now. I actually just have to show you guys this because I think you'll think it's hilarious. Ow. I think I need to put bug spray on.
Cards Against Humanity.
So let's go
Jackbox.
StreamYard.
And she did play once. That's right. She had some good answers. It was good.
Oh,
she's oiling herself
how do I
up.
not remember that? I'm sorry.
I'm
oblivious. Actually, it's so funny today. I was trying to make sure who are all the haters. Obviously, you guys. Who else is there that we're missing?
Oh, a lot of folks are here tonight for sure.
Well, yeah, but who are the master haters?
Because Charlie.
Yeah, I got that. Charlie, Tracy, and
Todd,
Lisa, Daniel, Derek, maybe.
Derek every once in a while. He hasn't been around in a while. He hasn't commented in a while, anyways.
Well,
Tom Milmore is one.
I have a whole list.
A lot of folks.
I have a whole list. I wrote it down. I checked it twice. I'm trying to find out who's naughty and nice. Todd.
Naughty.
Yeah, Todd. That's why I had to get his damn address.
Naughty.
Did I miss Todd when I said the names? I don't
know, but I forgot to.
But I wrote them down.
Public,
Todd, I've got. There's actually a few. Jackie and her daughter. What's her daughter's name?
Haley.
Jackie and Haley watch. They don't comment, but they watch all the time.
Apparently, they laugh their head off. So
they think we're hilarious. Well, one of us is hilarious. Dave, my pal Dave, my friend Christina watches. Jillian, John Nemergrad always likes to chime in with his little kind word about the Lord.
Yeah, he
God
does.
Love him.
He enjoys the Jesus thing.
And yeah, so I don't know. We have a really good group of people, and I'm so glad that you guys have all become friendly with one another. Despite the fact that it is a sticky hot mess out here. It is a sticky hot
mess out here. I have to edit my privacy. I forgot to do
Doug
that.
is editing his privacy.
Now I have no privacy.
Okay, well, I want to show you guys something because I thought it was freaking hilarious. Let's see if we can get this up.
Something hilarious.
No, there's like a bug under there that's like, I'm gonna bite you, and I'm like, no.
You just oiled yourself up with.
Yeah, well, he likes me with the oil on. He loves me. He loves me not. Mm-hmm. So I did one of those like online tests today.
Tracy, if you were here, you would know why we weren't in the pool because it was raining men when this thing started. Lightning, thunder, boom, boom, boom.
It's still raining.
Still drizzling. It's still
raining.
Still doing it. Even though there's blue sky over there. That direction is the ocean.
I want to just show you guys this real quick because I thought this was funny as shit. Some of you may have seen it on my wall. So, little known fact, I'm Nigerian, 49%.
It's the nicest.
31%
West
African, 11% Sub-Saharan African, and 9% North African. And I am total.
You're total.
Total.
Well, that's the 100%. Aggregate total.
So
you're North African, West African, Sub-Saharan, which I would believe is more Southern African, and then Nigerian, wherever that is. So Northwest, South.
I'm all of Africa.
Yeah.
I'm out of Africa. I'm all of Africa. I'm just saying. But can't you tell?
So Tracy says if it was raining men, she would hide too, which is hysterical. I take offense to that. Are there men in your pool now? No, there are not.
There are no men in the pool, which is making me sad because I love when Dave was here in the pool and Donna was very
just some
confused.
lightning. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I hope he got his painting. I haven't heard from him today. Okay, so I had a few things that we never finished talking about yesterday, and I have a few. I wanted to talk about yesterday, and I have a few things I wanted to talk about today.
Which is?
Well, do you have anything you want to talk about? Because I will dominate the conversation. I don't know if you've noticed that.
No, the only thing I've had from today, or it was a couple things actually, that the Big E musical lineup has been announced.
I can't believe Jimmy Eat World is playing. I'd love to see them.
Well, John Fogerty of Creedence is going to play on Friday. Then Saturday is Jimmy Eat World. Then what are you saying no about?
I have to fly back to Massachusetts. This is crazy.
No sneaking ahead.
I need to go.
So the lineup is as follows: John Fogerty, Jimmy Eat World, Parker McCollum, who I don't know is getting the Sunday night slot, Bachman, Turner Overdrive are going to be taking care of business at the Big E. Quinn XCII, I don't know who that is. Chris Young, don't know who that is. Zed with 2 D's. I've known Fisher Zed, but not Zed. And then Third Eye Blind, and followed by the I Love the 90s tour.
Fucking Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice.
Fucking Ice.
Bone and Thugs Harmony. Rob Bass, the one you know about, and Montel Jordan, who I don't know.
This is how we do it.
I know that song. Anyways, I thought it was a harbinger of things. I don't know. I mean,
I want to go.
Fogerty's a little long in the tooth. Jimmy,
hey, listen,
world might be
we
okay.
are not in a place to mock.
Know.
We're not in a place to mock.
Well, if I win
musicians
that
that are long in the
songwriting thing tomorrow,
Daniel's
I'm going to
here.
start making fun of people.
He will kick your ass, and you're old, and you're going to win the songwriting contest, and it's going to be awesome. So if you haven't been here before, we will normally do a podcast on a Friday night, but we will not tomorrow night because Doug entered into a songwriting competition. So I'm going to try to do live on the Marital Hate Facebook page. I won't be able to stream to multiple platforms because we won't have the StreamYard technology with us. It will only be on the Marital Hate Facebook page, but I can try to share to the other platforms afterwards. Risa says Bone Thugs. It's Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Bone Thugs and Harmony.
It's not Bone and Thugs and Harmony. It's Bone Thugs and Harmony.
I thought it said Bone and Thugs.
No, it's
like I thought Thugs was a guy, Bone was a guy.
Are you familiar with Bone Thugs and Harmony?
What's their big song?
They did that one. It won like an Oscar.
Oh, so it's not Bone and Thugs
See
Harmony.
You at the crossroads.
I don't know what that's.
I'm gonna miss everybody. I'm gonna miss everybody. It's
I got nothing.
You know it. It was like an Oscar-winning song.
And every once in a while,
I know. I'll play it on.
I played on that. And while I show this beauty right here, for sale on the Facebook market page, I haven't even thought about this car or seen one in years, and I don't know if any youngsters remember the 1985 Renault Fuego, one of the ugliest, like honestly, one of the ugliest cars ever made. It looks really good here, but I don't know why. I don't know why anybody would want that car. And it was.
Well, wait, we gotta talk about that car. That was the car.
Tell me what you gonna do, but it ain't nowhere to run. My judgment comes with you.
You not know the song?
Never heard it.
It's fucking powerful.
Never heard of this. Sounds good though.
It feels good too. I like the vibrations. We're so white. Anyway.
Do they have another song that we? Because I gotta know something.
No,
I remember the name of the band.
That's their most popular song. That's their most popular song. Let me fast forward it.
Oh, it just gets faster. Fred Flintstone gonna work in the quarry on a dinosaur, gonna lift some rocks. All right, see, I've never heard that song before.
It's Tracy's anthem in middle school. Risa says Bone Thugs looks like a thing. What looks like a thing?
Oh, like a VW thing.
We're all over the place today.
The Renault Fuego looks like an egg. It was hideous.
Is that car I sent you? The little yellow one with the two eyes? Or no, that was
a whole different thing. But the Renault Fuego was probably one of the biggest pieces of crap. They also had Le Car. It was like a tiny, like almost a mini looking thing that had a canvas roof that you could pull back. It was not good. It was almost not quite the quality of a Peugeot, but a Renault. A Renault was a French car. They kind of
I have to show them this one though. So we were in I don't know if I even have the picture still. I thought I had saved it or sent it to you. We were in Tampa with Donna and John.
Yes.
Tell them about the car.
It was a one of the new Dodge Challengers, one of the new models. It had a metallic, almost bronzish, greenish color to it, but it was lifted, but had these gigantic low pro tires. So bad. And then it had the spinner rim, so it looked like something out of a cartoon or like Mario Kart. I will find it for you.
Well, I gotta tell you that I had the picture of the freaking. It was a lifted Trans Am, but like mid '90s one, like not the cool ones, and it had like a massive, like a 12-inch lift easily, and like monster tires on it. I don't know if I still have the picture. Damn it, I don't know where it is. Anyway, it was insane. And there's all kinds of crazy cars out there. You know what? You should drive a car that you like. That's all that matters. Tracy's song, this was Tracy's anthem in middle school. Doug was too old to have heard of it. That's how young you are.
All right, so here's the car.
Risa says kinda. Oh, that's the car. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot how ugly the color was.
Yeah, this is a bad. I don't know if you can see this, but that is a cartoon car right there. It's crazy.
This other car was even more ridiculous, but I remember it. Risa said, my sister had a Peugeot in high school and the doors didn't open, no AC, and she lived in Florida.
My friend had a Peugeot. It had electric windows in the front and crank windows in the back. Makes no sense at all.
I remember somebody's car having that. Okay, I would like to say I have no doors on my car, so the AC is completely useless, and I live in Florida. So I also don't have an emergency brake, a horn.
Why didn't you just tell the cop yesterday? Because he could have just taken you off the road.
No, they don't do that. It's Florida. You can do whatever the fuck you want. You can drive your 18-wheeler like it's a goddamn unicycle. We don't give a fuck in Florida.
I have a very funny story about Insane in the Membrane.
Okay, do you know that song?
Yeah, I know, but that's not Bone Thugs.
No, that's Cypress Hill.
Okay. So,
because a bitch like me is going insane.
So I worked at a company, right? But we worked in a shared office space, right? So it was one of those companies on the rise or whatever. So I was in an office with the CEO and the chief technology guy, kind of the two project people, and then the other side of the house it was probably about 20 programmers and people of that ilk. So one of the kids, so I didn't know who any of these people on the programming side was. And I had to go bring something to a kid named Mike McShane. And so I always just because I knew his name and I'm like, oh, this is McShane in the Membrane. And so I go in there and go, which one of you is McShane in the Membrane? And somebody from the back goes, Insane in the Brain. And it was just great. And so it kind of stuck. And I was asking the people in my office, I'm like, well, what does he look like? He looks like just like a normal, he doesn't and they couldn't tell me what he looked like. And I meet him and he was nondescript, but he was a nice kid anyway.
I have a
Mike
friend.
McShane.
I was a friend. I had a friend, Shane, and we would sing "Went Insane, Got No Shane," and he looked like Cam Neely and would sign autographs as Cam Neely when kids would come up to him. He's like, "Oh, fine," we'd sign it because he want to break their hearts. So Risa says she drove it to Florida after high school. Oh,
yeah,
so
it's probably that one I just showed you.
It's still here. Looks orange here in that picture. It was kind of orangey, but it just had some weird. Colored, It was orange, but it had weird undertones to it. Trace says awesome. I don't know what she thinks is awesome, but
McShane in the Membrane. That was probably one of my favorites.
I enjoy to change words to songs to make me happy.
I
do that all the time. I wanted to talk about the Dr. Perry Nicholson lymphatic massage technique.
Okay, well, this is very important.
Yeah.
So I should probably keep my wisecracks to a minimum.
He might explode. Keep an eye. Okay, so I'm gonna stand up and do this in my dress.
This is not gonna. This is gonna end with a
seam here. Do I have stains? I don't even know what's going on.
It's just so wet out here.
I turned a skirt into a dress. That's what's fucking happening. Okay, so it's lymphatic massage, which is a problem. Issues with lymph nodes or something. So many of us have.
There's going to be a wardrobe malfunction during this.
It's
just
possible.
So you know.
That's why you should pay attention because
start your VCRs,
Kitty
folks.
could pop out. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna rub. And then you're going to tap.
It's a rub and tap.
And then you're going to do circles.
Circle,
I do
rub
10,
and
10, 10, 10. And then you do the same thing, other side, rub, pat, circles, circles. And then you're going to go here, rub, pat, circles, circles. Then armpits, rub, pat, circle, 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 circle.
Some people do this to their dog.
Then you're going to do your stomach, pat, pat, pat. Same thing. Then you do, I feel like I'm forgetting somewhere. Armpits. Then you do behind your knees. Oh, groin.
Oh, your groin. You do that in privacy.
What does that even look? You do groin, you rub in circles, and it's not your poop, it's not your puss or your dick. I mean, you can rub those things if you want to, but do it after. And then you go behind your knees.
It's not
same
about
thing.
That kind of drainage.
So it's rub, pat, circle, circle. And so, and then at the very end, so you're going to do behind your knees. At the very end, you're going to just bounce up and down in place. If I didn't cover my boobs, we would have to have an NC-17 rating. And it has really helped with my lymph nodes. So I've been doing it, I don't know, a couple times a day. My lymph nodes are finally draining. So that is a terrible example of the technique. You should definitely look it up, but it's Dr. Perry Nicholson. And it's very important that you do it in the specific order. And it's collarbone, side of the neck, armpit, tummy. You go in the crease of your groin,
Creases.
And then you do behind
whatever
the
crease
knee.
you have.
Yeah, whatever crease you have.
Give it some love.
There's tons of videos of it online, but what he explains is that water, like if I have like a dam of water, it's going to want to go to the place where there's no water. So you need to clear things out in the right order so that the lymph can move. So it'll drain you out. And as I feel my lymph moving, and it hasn't moved in, I want to say 10 years. It's been moving like crazy lately between my exercise, my diet, detox baths, like everything I'm doing, it's just all adding up and things are starting to drain. I feel so grateful. It just constantly feels like there's a faucet running, and sometimes it feels like I'm a sponge being squeezed out from the inside.
All I know is Millmore always makes me laugh.
Groin rubbing fun,
which was actually a Stevie Nicks song. Ooh, groin rubbing fun.
I don't remember that, but I will say this: when I was rubbing my groin, I thought, "Oh my God, this is." Normally, I do this with my long skirt. This is a short skirt. Any minute, you could have seen the man in the canoe. It's the right weather for it.
So Tracy's hilarious because I don't even remember what I said, but it was probably good. And yay for drainage. That's gonna be the new catchphrase.
Yay for drainage.
Like baby on board, it'll be like yay for drainage.
I thought we had a catchphrase for our podcast, but
and Doug, go ahead and crack up. Oh, I've been cracking up the whole time.
He makes himself laugh. Okay, the other thing that I had written down.
I know what Tracy was laughing at about, like something about give your crease some love.
I tried to blow him today, and he
wasn't gonna
rejected me twice.
I was working
twice.
You know,
tried to give him a blowjob. Went into his office. I was like, "Take your." I'm like, "Come here," and he's like, "What? What are you gonna do to me? What's wrong?"
It's because
I'm like, "Come here," and I'm like, "Stand up, take your dick out."
It was. I don't think we need to talk about this.
I'm not done with my story. So I'm like, stand up, take your dick out. And then we're both, we're laughing. And I'm like, come on, let's be serious. And I'm like, okay, we'll try this again. I will go out and come back in. And my phone rang. I took the call. But then I tried to do it again later. And he had to get back to work. He didn't have any time for me. So I wrote him a blowjob rain check. I do. And he keeps calling it a voucher. And I'm going to revoke his blowjob rain check if he calls it a voucher one more time. It's a fucking rain check, not a voucher. It's not a coupon. It's a rain check. Say it after me. Rain check.
Rain check. Well, it's raining. You better check it. Check yourself.
I will give you a blowjob right now on this podcast. I do not give a fuck.
Tom wants to know if that's like anal leakage, which I don't think it's like. You don't pat yourself and then out stuff comes.
I fucking wish. I can never shit. I don't know if you've been following the podcast, but it's a problem. My bunt cake, it's backed up. I don't even know if I did poop today, but it was a little only bit.
It wasn't like yesterday's what was it? Chocolate.
Oh my God, I was
chocolate
so
cornflakes. JC says we're both hilarious, and Risa says drain check.
Drain check. I have been eating coconut oil with every one of my meals, which has helped with
not normal.
My supplement absorption, nausea for my supplements, and it helps to lubricate the pipes. Barbara O'Neill, who I love very much, says to have coconut oil with every meal. She also recommended slippery elm. Anne was here for that. My asshole was on fire for 2 days. I wanted to die. Slippery elm is not for my bunt cake. No, thank you. But I do have another. So do we have a comments or
no? We don't have any comments. But I was just going on about like you get the lubrication, the drainage, all kinds of good stuff.
Is that why you don't have time for a blowjob?
Risa says, wife? I hear castor oil in the belly button can help.
I literally put castor oil in a dropper bottle yesterday so I could put it in my belly button. Did you know that was what that was for?
No, I saw that. Why are you putting
I don't know. Castor oil in a bottle? Why is it on your nightstand?
Whatever you do, Tom says it keeps getting better.
This does keep getting better. Side note, let's list of all the things that we can talk about.
Lubin.
So we like coconut oil for many purposes. You can eat it with meal. You can do oil pulling. You can use it as lube. The problem with using it as lube is this. My husband cannot smell coconuts without getting a boner now. So he's out in public. Somebody's got sunscreen on. He's like, boom.
Boner dog right there.
Which is not so bad for a 57-year-old.
I even look at the jars of extra virgin coconut oil. Zach says to use Crisco. And
that's only for discos and fisting.
Oh. At disco.
I don't recommend. If you can fist if you want. It's not
my bag. What do you guys want to do?
Your sexual kinks are none of our
But business. Don't take slippery elm and then try to do the fisting.
Do whatever you want to do. But we would like you to use products that are safe for your body. And whatever strange kink you have, like say for the sake of argument, you like to fuck furniture. Because there's a guy on Nip Tuck. We just watched him fuck furniture. 2 pieces of furniture, a sofa and an operating table. If that's your bag, no judgment.
Don't judge her.
Good for you. Tell
we'll
us
judge
about
you.
it.
We'll
We
judge
wanna hear
you. We'll
more.
talk about it on the podcast, but we're not going to judge you.
I judge you. I mean, no judgment.
Tracy says,
Like,
do you
it's not-
ever-
I understand it, but it's good for you. As long as you're happy.
I'll do this one first. Tom says cocoa nut.
For somebody who doesn't like nut, he says
kinda
nut an
does,
awful lot. And
yeah,
I don't
it
know
kinda
if he
does
nuts
look
an
like
awful
it.
lot, but I sure hope you do, Tom. You deserve it.
And Risa says fisting sounds super ouch.
I know, but I want to hear more. I think I know somebody who does it.
Oh,
And I'm not
you
gonna
could
name
get
any names, but I'm asking. I'm wondering if they're willing to come on the
we
show
have an
and talk about
anonymous
it.
guest on the show.
I would be willing to do that.
They're all like pixeled out.
Did you ever find out if it was normal? No, I did. Oh, okay. So did you ever find out if it was normal for Slippery Elm to cause that? I did not find out. However, in the comment thread where I learned on a TikTok video about this, it was a clip of the Barbara O'Neill discussion about Slippery Elm. Oh, I had commented, my asshole was on fire for 3 days. It was excruciating. What the fuck? And another woman was like, me too.
Oh,
So,
it's the Me Too movement, part 2, 2.0.
Me too. Bunt cake problems. There's a guy that came out to his dad and told him he likes to fuck his car.
Yeah, that was
I would
one.
fuck
That
my-
was
Oh, hang on. They sell a dick shifter for your car. I wanted to get one for my Jeep. Doug is like, you can't do that because you don't have doors and you go out in public and little kids are gonna be like, why is there a dick in that lady's car? And I'm like, well, why would little kids know what a dick is? But that's beside the point.
Oh, kids love dicks. They think it's hysterical.
I would like to loop back to the blowjob conversation. This morning, when I went to give Doug the blowjob and I finally got him to take his pants down, he goes, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, you don't know what to do?
Middle
I'm
of the
like,
goddamn
no, I
day.
feel like I'm molesting a
It was
child.
like, the whole thing just fell apart.
It fell
Yeah,
apart.
it
It
was-
wasn't, and it wasn't like, nobody did anything wrong. It was just bad timing on my part. I didn't think there was a bad time to go into your husband's office and suck his dick, but here we are. So anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I remember there was a show on HBO or something, and there was a guy that like got off on balloons, like popping. He thought that like he had this.
People like to sit on cake. I want to
Yeah,
sit on
it's
cake. That
crazy.
sounds like fun. I'll sit on the cake.
What if a stranger rapes your Jeep?
Okay, so that's back to the Jeep story. So if a stranger raped my Jeep, I would kill them. If my Jeep was a willing participant, I would support that. But they sell. So I was going to get the dick shifter for my Jeep. Doug said no, but I was like, well, what if I got a fleshlight and I kept it on the dick shifter, and then everybody could have fun. And then we were trying to figure out if I could fuck it while driving down the road, or if somebody else would have to drive, and how that would work logistically. And we think that there's need to be
To go in reverse, you probably have to go 5-hole with it.
I can just move my pelvis around. Thank you very much.
I don't know.
You don't know if I can move my pelvis around.
Tom says he knows a pastor who told I know a pastor who told me a parishioner told him he fucked a deer after he shot it. Holes is holes.
See, did you fuck the bullet hole or you fuck the deer
Oh,
hole?
good question. That's a very good question.
I will say this. I think whatever two consenting
The deer was
adults
dead.
or pets do is
The deer was dead.
it doesn't matter. I want you to have sex with me when I'm dead.
So wait a minute. Are you saying
Are you
that
going to have
if
sex with
you-
me when I'm dead, like you promised me,
you
or
told
not?
me to. I'm not promising that.
You're the worst husband ever.
We'll get the deer hunter to have sex with your dead body. But that is the thing. Like, so if you shoot something, can you then just it's yours? You've claimed it.
Yes.
You've killed it, and
Yes.
so you can have sex. I don't think they have permits for that.
For deer
What?
hunting, yes, they do.
No,
They
but they don't
absolutely do.
have permits for having sex with a deer that you
No,
shot.
but if you shot the deer legally, then it's your property and you can do what you want with it.
I suppose that's right.
I don't even know, like, who is in charge. Listen, it's not my bag. If I was going to fuck an animal, it would be a dolphin. But if you're going to have sex with an animal, like, whose right is it to tell anybody? Like, I don't think. All I know about bestiality comes from television and movies. And I do enjoy television and movies that have bestiality. I find it to be fascinating and hilarious. If you've ever seen Clerks 2, there's a whole thing where they get very upset when you call it bestiality. It's interspecies erotica. Okay, fine. And then in Nip Tuck recently, there was a woman that had sex with her dog. And Hank from Breaking Bad came and shot it.
And shot the dog.
I hate to ruin it for you.
Which he shot the dog, so he should be having sex with the dog. If you follow along. Tracy says it was the same show with the guy with the balloons. Yeah, that was messed up. And then if you get a dick shifter, invest in driving gloves.
Why would I need driving
I don't know.
gloves?
Maybe she likes that real feel. If you know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I saw the title of a video, My Little Pony. I worked at a video store in the 80s, and yeah, there was all kinds of things.
The problem with me is that if there's something fucked up to watch on the internet, I will watch it. Do not do not, under any circumstances, watch the Vern Troyer sex video. It looks like he's a baby. And he sounds like a baby, and he's having sex with a grown woman. It's creepy. You feel like you're watching kiddie porn. Like, do not watch it. It's not good. It's However, not. Spider porn I found to be delightful.
Spider porn was weird. Yeah.
And then there was another video where a lady baked a cake in her cooch. I don't recommend that. I mean, you can watch it. Yeah, watch it. It's hilarious. But you're gonna fuck up your flora.
That was a failed Mattel or Hasbro toy. The Coochie Bake Oven.
Bestiality is so disturbing to me. It is disturbing. That's why it's fascinating.
Yank my doodle. It's a dandy.
Yank my doodle. It's a dandy.
That's from the pony video.
Yeah, no, it is disturbing.
It's very disturbing.
Lisa, have you met us? We're fucked in the head.
No, when I'm not this we.
Everyone.
I don't want to have sex with a dolphin.
Everyone here right now is fucked in the head. Love them all.
No.
Hey, I'm going to impart some wisdom in another area.
Oh, really?
We've gone so deep down the hole of bestiality and blowjobs. I was watching a Grant Cardone interview.
I don't know
Grant Cardone is a pretty well-known motivational speaker, real estate investor, rich ass dude, and he.
It's easy to try and inspire people when you're rich. Try and inspire when you're poor.
We inspire people. We're poor. What does that mean?
We're rich in personality. That's a Prince line. That's a Prince lyric.
Okay, right, but again, we inspire people and we're poor. Poor people inspire people more than rich people inspire
Yeah, but I'm not going on a TED Talk stage and say, look, I've been unemployed for a year. Yay! Who here wants to be unemployed for a year? Nobody.
Okay,
Nobody wants to hear that story.
Hang on a second, though. The fact that we're able to still find joy and bring positivity to the world despite all the shit that's going on in our lives, I think is inspiring. Indeed. And I would think that you would not spit in the faces of the countless people who have messaged us to thank us for the podcast and how inspirational it is and how much it makes them laugh. So shut the fuck up. I will stick this in your pee hole and you'll know what to do then. Run away. All right. But anyway, Grant Cardone, I would argue that people have a tendency to listen to poor people more than rich people, but that's in terms of inspiration. But he was giving financial advice. And interestingly, I recently read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. We talked about it on the podcast, chapter by chapter for the most part. Lot to learn there. But, Grant Cardone talked about what the middle class are doing wrong. They're borrowing money to go to college. You don't have any money? You're going to have more debt to have money? You can make money without going to college. That was his point. He said, don't buy a home. Both he and the Rich Dad, Poor Dad guy believe, and I agree with them, that your house is not an asset. It is a liability. It is an asset when you sell it. But prior to that, it's a liability. And the problem is a lot of people are house poor. A lot of people are house poor.
The fact that I just saw today that the interest rates on mortgages are the highest they've been in 12 years.
Yeah, not good. Although not the highest they've been. I mean, in the 80s, they were fucking crazy.
Crazy.
But you could also buy a house for $100,000. And then that was when making $100,000 a year was a really big deal.
That was
like now, fuck, you can't even two, we would be comfortable.
Two, we'd be swimming in money. We wouldn't
lighting
cigars with $100 bills.
You are so full of shit. We would not be, because we pay fucking out the ass in taxes.
We won't tell anybody.
We won't tell anybody.
Yeah,
let me tell you, the IRS is going to find out. They're going to go in your paycheck and they're going to steal that shit. So let me just finish the Grant Cardone thing. So they don't buy a home with debt. Now, if you have money, then fucking go crazy. Do whatever the fuck you want. And he says, invest in things that give you tax write-offs, which, so like the podcast, it's a business, and it's not making any money, but there are costs associated with it, and they're all tax write-offs. So if it makes money one day,
bite me, Grant Cardone.
Well, it reduces our taxable income when you get a job, or it really reduces the taxable income because we have income now. At least my
it's
disability.
Technically a side hustle.
We're hustlers. I'm a hustler, baby. Oh my God, what is wrong with us? And Trey says, truth, I own that, and I'm fucked in the head. I am fucked in the head. Oh yeah, no, you really are.
No, she's not that bad.
No, she watches all these NCIS and
a lot of people.
And
do.
I know, like,
a lot of people
professional hazard. But I was thinking, it's actually funny you should say this. This morning I was thinking of you while I was doing yoga, because I remembered that I was doing my yin yoga 30 minutes, as I've been doing every day. By the way, I need to reach out to my friend Jill and say, what the hell, Jill? Your circles aren't connected.
Who's Jill?
I keep calling her Jillian.
Oh, Jillian Michaels?
No, it is Jillian. It's not Julia. It's Jillian.
What are you talking about?
That you used to work with.
Yes.
Who lives at Babcock Ranch.
Yeah.
We are doing circles together.
Oh, interesting.
Watch circles. In any case, I connected my watch circles today, even though I haven't swam.
Is that like bumping donuts?
I've never seen her, but I'm down for bumping donuts. I mean, it seems silly to me. I'd rather have some full contact, but whatever. I've never tried. I could be
to bump
maybe
donuts.
The OG lesbies will chime in on the bumping donuts. Is that a thing? I don't even know. It doesn't seem like it.
Well, it's the same as scissoring. Yeah, it's the same.
Nobody wants to scissor except epileptic lesbians
with flashing light up butt plugs.
How many times
on that note, Riza says driving gloves in case randos wrapping their bunt cakes around your shifter. Yeah, you can't be too careful.
Fortunately, my Jeep is like, it's like not the car in the parking lot you go near. Although if there's a dick shifter, I think everybody would go near it.
Stacey says our hustler baby. That's what. That's what I meant. That was cute, and she likes bumping donuts. Oh, so
I would like to know more about that. Could you come? Could you guys call me? Could you send me a video of your sex life, please? Maybe I should just see the problem with porn is it's not realistic. What? I'm not allowed to ask two of your former colleagues.
Well,
that's
why the amateur porn took off in popularity at some point. Back in
I was talking about something. I don't know what the fuck it was. Today I'm doing my yin yoga, and I was thinking about Tracy because Tracy, I said try yin yoga.
Deb asked, did she miss the podcast? No, we're here
we're
doing the podcast.
We're here.
We're
mid
rare form
stream,
tonight,
and we are in rare form. And the weed has not even kicked in.
Lubrication.
So anyway, today I'm doing my yin yoga, 30 minutes, as I've been doing, and I chimed in on my watch. My friend Jillian is not caught up with me with her circles today, so we have a problem.
She's
anyway,
one donut short of a box of munchkins.
It's 3 rings. It's a 3-ring circus up in this bitch. While I was doing it, I was thinking about how when I get into a yin yoga pose, so yin yoga poses get held for a long time, like 2 to 3 minutes, 2 minutes at a minimum, up to 20 minutes. They say you've mastered a pose when you can hold it for 20 minutes. Well, you've done yin yoga poses.
Yes, I have.
Do you have a favorite? I think you like this one. Where you lay down.
Well, it depends what I need. Depending on what muscle is seized up that day.
So we do the various yogic positions, and you hold them for a long time. And what it does is it releases the fascia. There's a lot of
fascia is.
Fascia is almost like a spider web-like consistency.
They tell me Donald Trump is a fascia. Oh wait, never mind.
In any case, it's like almost like a
connective tissues.
Yeah, and so apparently a lot of people can store trauma there.
Ooh. And
apparently it's where you get cellulite from. And it's so you want to release the fascia, so it's like all stretched out. So like when those like, remember the Halloween webs that you get at and you pull them out. Yeah, you want to stretch that shit out as much.
So what happens to it in you? Like it just like
it gets all like caught up, and especially with people with trauma and anxiety and stuff, it can get even worse. So that's the point of yin yoga, is that it releases the fascia, and it's also helps people to lose weight. It helps people to drain lymph. It just basically opens shit up. So that's why in yin yoga, you hold the position for so long. People are using this thing called a fascia blaster, which actually our therapist of all people recommended to us.
Is it like a thigh master?
We actually have a wooden kind of knockoff in the other room. It's just like a thick massage that gets into your fascia, your lymph, and all that shit. My little chiropractor friend had bought a fascia blaster, and she blasted herself.
Yeah, I bet she did.
She blasted her, not that kind of blasting herself. She blasted herself, and she actually found her skin was kind of hanging afterward, and she did not enjoy that. But that's because she's skinny and has no fucking collagen in her skin.
Risa says, so she wants her fascia stretched. Yeah, like Stretch Armstrong.
So go, so I highly, especially if you have a high stress life, because like most exercise we do is meant to bring your heart rate up. This is to bring you down. Actually, you should be doing yin. If you won't do regular exercise,
I'm doing yin right now.
No, you're not.
I'm in my
what pose are you
peaceful place. Oh, this right here, unhappy baby.
He's a baby, all right. So it'll help.
Upward dog.
Oh my god, it will bring your heart rate down, help release any stored trauma. I actually started crying today in the middle of my yin yoga. It's not uncommon. Just hear me out. So you have to hold the pose for a long time. So I'm laying there, and I'm of course thinking of Tracy. That's what I do, and I have my legs in funky positions and spread wide the fuck open, as I did today. And I was thinking about do it slow. What do we have marital hate?
No. That was just I think you've gone over a line.
I don't think I've gone over a line. I asked for a sex tape. I told him about
You
trying to
asked
blow
for a
you
sex
this
tape,
morning.
and then you think about Tracy.
By the speaker.
Great looking gal, by the way.
Friend. Oh my God, poor Uriel.
And you're bumping donuts with my another ex coworker. What the hell am I?
Okay, I tried to blow you,
You're
but
crying.
you didn't
You're
know what
crying
to do.
on the floor. My house, my wife cries on the floor. Oh, I'm naked and laughing, crying on the floor.
Okay, I don't even know what you're talking about, but I was doing
You
my
said
yin
you were crying on the
yoga.
floor.
Yin yoga.
Right.
And you release, I will take whoever's fascia wants to be stretched, Becky's or Tracy's. Y'all bump donuts.
I can't tell the two of you
wanna
apart,
do.
to be honest. So
Just send us
you're
a sex tape.
you're both fantastic. I don't.
Okay, so while I'm there, I was thinking about Tracy, and I was like, and of course,
crying, thinking about Tracy.
no, I had different thoughts. My brain goes a million miles an hour.
No.
Everybody here knows that. So I'm on the ground and I've got my legs spread and I'm thinking about Tracy. And that was before I cried. And I was thinking to myself, I hope Tracy's tried to do yin yoga again, because the first time she was like, it's not intense enough for me. And I'm like, but the point is, you hold the position a long time. And if you make slight modifications, you'll really feel a stretch. As a matter of fact, Doug did a little stretches yesterday and he was doing it a little too intense. You should just feel like a little,
yeah,
like
but I had like
kind of deal.
Woke up with like my neck was all like cricked up and stuff. So
cricked up is not a word.
I just no, it's two words, cricked and up.
It sounds like a racial slur against the Crips. Anyway,
yeah.
so I'm there, and I'm also thinking, and also Tracy, much like myself, enjoys the guts of it all. I enjoy a horror movie, but I have found I have to limit them. I can only watch and it sounds crazy, and I did not want to give them up, but I can only watch so much at a time. So I can watch like one movie, and then I have to do something else. It genuinely has an impact on your stress levels, your sleep quality, and life in general. I realize that goes contrary to everything you believe, but I'm suggesting maybe take a little break, like a detox. Actually, Tim Ferriss in the 4-Hour Work Week talks about taking a media detox. He tells people to take a month off of all media, social media, TV, the whole 9 yards, and then only give themselves an hour of television a day, which I've been trying to do lately. And then, but you can listen to all the music and podcasts you want. And then maybe you don't even ever read the news again, and you just call somebody up, that's like well informed on the issues. You ask them, hey, what's going on in the world? And they tell you. You'll catch it whether you want to or not. Fucking headlines, although you should never trust a headline. You need to read the fucking article. Actually, Christina sent me an article today. Celtic salt versus Himalayan salt. Apparently, Celtic salt can have heavy metals. Rock on. So jury is still out. Celtic salt or Himalayan salt. Barbara says Celtic salt. This other lady says Himalayan salt. Barbara says Celtic salt. Himalayan salt is actually very good as well. Not quite as good as Himalayan salt.
Some people say Himalayas. Maybe,
but the Himalayan salt, there's a lot of fake Himalayan salt out there. Something to be mindful of. Trace says, I would not be listening to this podcast if I believed in lines. You raise a valid point.
Oh, they're there.
I've been working on modifying my hyperflexor to feel it even a little. I don't even know what that means. But you should feel your hyperflexor, whatever other parts you want to feel. Whatever you do in the privacy of your own home is up to you. Risa says Redmond's ancient sea salt. Oh, Redmond's is a third option.
Yeah, Redmond's.
See, now I don't know which one, but I do know that I have a case of Celtic salt that we chased all over the fucking planet for.
Now we
Lord Blinds, settle down, Robin Thicke.
Yeah, easy there. Flexor.
That song was a good song, I remember.
No, but they ripped it off from Marvin Gaye, and they got done caught. They got sued.
Hey, babe. That was a good song, though. And it
was a good song because Marvin Gaye wrote it in 1973.
Right, so those are my notes that I had for yesterday. And I didn't write down my gratitude, so I'm going to have to fucking wing that shit. Gratitude is something that I think should be winged. I have some other notes that I have compiled for the podcast. So a friend of mine posted something about that they have squirter hornets. And I'm like, squirter hornets?
If you do it right,
squirter
male hornet,
hornets?
You should be in good shape.
Squirter hornets? What is that? So I didn't even have time to Google it because I was running around all day.
She's on top of it.
Oh, Tracy's all over the squirter hornets. Squirter.
It sounds like a great name for a band.
That is a great name for a band. As a matter of fact, I think our friend Brent might be the lead singer.
Squirter hornets.
Tell them
where the squirter hornets.
Our friend Brent posted a picture of himself in the 80s and
playing with his band in a driveway with
no shirt on and long hair. The hair was killing me, but he had abs like boom, boom, boom.
I don't know if he had abs so much as he had like a nice little.
No,
like
he had abs.
Shoulders.
He had abs. But I couldn't get past the fucking hair. It's an Asian giant hornet.
Yeah, you don't want that.
And I don't know, it might squirt you. It might do things.
I don't want to. I don't. If it could squirt jelly like that squirt gun on the Island of Misfits toys.
Yellow jacket wasp squirts venom in flight.
See, I always thought that like we were really grateful. I was always grateful that lions didn't have wings and could fly over here from Africa and eat us, you know, or things. Polar bears could fly down from the Arctic Circle and eat us.
Apparently, I'm not the only person looking at squirter hornets.
Squirter hornets. I want to see squirter hornet porn. Is what I want to see. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know these people. First, birds weren't real. The Earth was flat. Now we have squirting hornets.
I don't know. I just want to look at a fucking squirter hornet with people. Like they like things that we like. We like things that they like. Squirter hornet.
We're all gonna have squirter hornet dreams where it's gonna be all messed up.
What do you mean? I did have a weird dream again last night. Hang on. Is that up on the screen?
No. Do I need to bring you on the screen?
No.
Yeah.
Nope. No, don't do anything.
Okay, not going to do it.
Okay.
In the northeast of America, at the end of her abdomen, she's about to release venom.
She's a squirter.
Venom appears to squirt out.
The hornet is leaking
quickly,
Emma.
Even if we slow it way down to the point where you can even see her.
What we're saying here is, if you get up in your hornet and get the G spot. What? Did you like that?
I didn't sign up for this, honestly. Squirting bees.
Trace says in this class we call evolution. I think that if anything that is happening on this podcast, it is the opposite of evolution. I'm calling it de-evolution. I also had just thought that was an interesting factoid.
Well, it is. It's interesting. I posted a mystery beast on my wall today. Some chupacabra looking half coyote, half something thing in Texas. Go check it out on my page.
We lost 3 people with the squirter hornets.
They'll come back. Everybody comes back eventually.
So I was watching this podcast I've watched clips of on the TikTok.
On the Tik.
And it's called the Be Better Podcast. And it's a married couple. She has half pink hair and half black hair. And he's got like all kinds of.
She sounds hideous.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
So they're a happily married couple, and they always talk about their relationships and how people, how they believe that you should behave in the world. And I agree with a lot of what they say. And she was talking about how they were talking about the whole like doors opening thing. And like, opening your door for your partner, a woman like standing and waiting for a man to open a door for her. And then how men have faced some pushback from people, being like, don't hold the door for me, or I can get my own door, or whatever fucking nonsense that is. So tell me, what has your experience been with door opening?
I feel that it is is the proper thing to do, is open a door for a lady.
But I will, by the way, if I'm walking through a door by myself, I always hold the door for the people coming, whether it's a man or a woman or whatever. But I will stand and look at a door like I don't know how to work the fucking thing. And it saved Doug a lot of work because we don't have any doors on our Jeep. Doug, I just saw this about the animal. Yeah. I would open a door for any human being. Okay, but
not a squirter hornet.
Would you?
I'm shutting that door. Squirter hornet staying outside.
Trace, if you were at work and I don't know, would you do it in the work? Would you open a door for a woman in a work?
Absolutely.
The workplace? You could get whacked for that.
I don't give a shit. I'm gonna be.
That's why you don't have a fucking job.
I'm gonna be a good person.
You open
wherever I am.
That's why you don't have a job, because you open doors for women. You fucking sexist fucking pig. You goddamn misogynist. In any case,
I'm just a old white man.
What do you expect? He's an old white man. So, Trace, if a man said, "Let me get the door for you," and opened the door and held it open for you, like ran ahead, got the door for you, would you be offended, or would anybody here be offended? And by the way, you're wrong. Whatever your opinion is, if you think that it's awful for somebody to open a fucking door for you, you're wrong. They're trying to do a kindness. And I get it. Feminists, blah, blah, blah. But, by the way, I really do want to hear your opinion. But I think that Tracy would not be offended. Yeah, exactly. Because you're a fucking common sense person. But we have to ask ourselves what people's intentions are in every situation. Somebody's opened the door for you. What does that mean? That they want to pay you less an hour? They want to beat you? They want to take away your right to vote? No, they're opening the fucking door for you.
When you're white and a male like me, that's a given.
That's why you don't have a job. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is that they were talking about it and how she was like, it's like, you know, he opens doors for me. I will stand there and wait for him to open a door. I do the same thing. I was actually taught, my Uncle John taught me, if a guy doesn't open a door for you, you do not walk through it. You stand there and stare at the door like you don't know how it works. You just wait. And then the other thing that they talked about was she was like, I feel like he's like, it's my job to take care of you in that way, to protect you, to
right.
And she's like, and it feels like, you know, it's kind of like an act of servitude. And she's like, I feel powerful. Like I feel like a boss. And this is not maybe the most popular of opinions, but I'm going to say it anyway. I think that what the feminist movement got fucking wrong was wanting to be men as opposed to wanting to have equality. Like we're different. Men and women are different.
Don't I know it?
Different. And each individual person is different for that matter. But why are we trying to fucking saddle ourselves with the responsibility of raising children and working? Because I don't know a lot of working couples where the wife is working and the husband handles the parenting level equally. He sure as fuck wasn't pregnant for 9 months. He sure as fuck didn't deliver a baby. And, you know, some cases they breastfeed, some cases they don't. And I mean, do what you want to do. But like, I like this idea of not being able to open a door or a jar or have to work. Like that seems like a pretty fucking good deal to me. You do you.
You're part of the problem.
I am part of the problem.
Tracy thinks that it should happen as an act of kindness.
Yes.
Risa says, I hold the door for everyone. I would never wait for someone to get it for me, but I always say thank you when anyone does get a door for me.
So you would, like, if you and Steve were out on a date, you would be like, you would go and open the door? Are you okay?
Steve might have powder on his hands.
He does have powder on his hands. No, I think that it's never really an issue because we don't have doors. But when we go somewhere that has doors, you always get the door for me.
Yeah, well, there's certain things, and I always wanted to know more about.
And you
like
pull my chair out and all that shit. Not always with the chair though.
No, not always.
What the fuck?
But you were like, I want you to order for me and like stuff like that. Like you'll want that. Whereas I am always like, oh, let's respect your wishes.
No, don't respect my wishes. Pull my hair, spank my ass, shove something in my ass.
So there's spanking and shoving. Things I always want, like you're supposed to walk on the outside in case of a sidewalk in case a car goes by and splashes. So you're supposed to do that. I think from what I remember,
first
up a stairway because if somebody's coming down, you can fight them off with your epi.
And also, you're not looking straight up her skirt, or you can, depending.
Like it. Ann says, when a man opens my car door, I always reach over and open the driver's door for them.
Yes.
It goes both ways.
You should do that. Yes. Yep. Actually, a lot of guys will do that. They'll lock the door.
Yeah.
Well, not really an issue now with the newer cars, but they would lock the door to see if she unlocked the door.
Right.
It was actually, that was in a movie. It was in a movie, see if she unlocks the door. If she doesn't unlock the door, she's a selfish bitch.
Yeah.
What movie was that? It was Alex Baldwin that said it was outside Providence.
Yeah, it might have been something like that. Tracy says, common sense does not exist anymore. And Tracy says, exactly. Risa says, I don't know when these things got so complicated. Yep. Yeah. So you're right. I mean, it's like I want to treat a lady like a lady, and I want to be a gentleman. So sue me.
I want to be treated like a lady, even though I say cock all the time or whatever nonsense I happen to be saying. Hornet squirter.
There's a lot of places where you don't like to be treated like a
lady. In the bedroom with my husband, not like at the Red Roof. I'm not going to the Red Roof. Thank you very much. That's gross. I am not the kind of girl you take to the Red Roof in. Side note,
Tom says he really didn't like the Doors.
The band The Doors?
Yes. Well, because we're talking about opening doors.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not a huge Doors fan.
Yeah.
They're
that
they're
organ.
Okay.
They're okay. Oh my god!
I can't even think of a Doors song right now off the top of my head. Like
sounds like a horrible car horn.
Woman that I'm Facebook friends with was juicing vegetables today.
Yes.
And she says her juicer did fine. She works at Costco, right? So the woman has got to be
she's genius.
She's got to be some sort of higher level of being, but her usage of her juicer has me concerned. So she juiced celery and cucumbers with her juicer, no problem. Celery and cucumbers, are the easiest fucking things to juice in the world, other
Mostly
than like
water.
maybe a watermelon. Like they're all water.
Yeah, mostly water.
And then it was fine with the carrots, but it wouldn't do the beets. The beets kept getting stuck.
I don't know what her problem is.
I'm like, I think you need a new juicer.
Maybe the beets were like
Your juicer
super
should-
condensed radioactive beets like they had on.
She said they were hard as rocks. They
Yeah.
need to soften a little, and she was going to cook them.
Yeah, I don't know what,
No
I don't know what
cooking.
this one- yeah.
And then she was putting fucking chicken broth in.
She's putting chicken broth.
So it's
vegetable
basically a
juice.
pureed chicken soup.
She was just making a stock, is what she was. I don't know if any of
I
you
don't know.
remember the
But I just
radioactive beets on
I'm- Done with my anecdote.
I was trying to get this out before.
Okay,
There
go
was
ahead.
radioactive beets on Gilligan's Island. And
Thank
Mrs.
you.
Howell loved them, and there was sugar beets, and so she had all this energy.
I disagree with you, but okay. The point is of my story that I started about the woman with the juicer that had beets.
Beets.
He could have waited to talk about the beets, but no.
It was an
Marital.
interjection.
I don't think I'm in a place where you can interject because the drugs are kicking in. In any case, I just don't know that you put chicken broth in with your vegetable juice. And
Yeah, you're gonna have a nice.
And I think she needs a better juicer. What say you? Does she need a better juicer? Do you put chicken broth in your juice? Obviously, do what you want to do, whatever makes you happy. No judgment.
I feel like
I
some
just-
nice, good cold chicken broth.
Not for me,
A
but
summer's
you do
day.
you. Like, I think my boundary might be chicken broth in my vegetable juice.
Well, if you're gonna put it in there and drink it,
does
like
give
a
you amino
soup
acids.
of some sort, maybe.
It
but
just
you're not drinking cold chicken broth. That's not.
well,
nice.
I mean, the chicken broth does add amino acids. So, I mean, there's that. I mean, like, I guess it just, I never thought of putting chicken broth in my vegetable juice, but again, I eat vegetable and chicken all the time. So,
Why don't you just put noodles in your in your vegetable juice?
a lady in the street, but a freak in the sheets.
Oh,
I
great.
am,
Neither.
I know we're not really freaky. We were talking about this the other day. We do mostly one position. I'm like, is it wrong that we like that one so much?
We like everything.
Oh, kids, why are you listening? Sorry, we have kids that listen sometimes. They know more about our sex life than we want to.
Well, maybe you should not talk about it. This is quite so much.
Zach asked if it's like a bone broth
No, we don't know.
thing.
We don't know.
It was just regular chicken stock that she
Yeah, I
added
don't
in.
think you drink
but it
bone
was
broth
organic.
cold either, do you?
You drink it warm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the fact that it's cold. Oh,
Yeah.
we have like
Yeah,
fatty
that's the thing, it's
globules.
gross.
But whatever she wants
Just
to
eat a
do.
raw egg.
I still think she needs a better juicer. My juicer, you could put a 2x4 through that thing.
Oh yeah, you could. Yeah, you could masticate up some.
And Trace says not wrong at all. I'm not wrong, or she's not
I
wrong.
don't
I mean,
know what she-
nobody's wrong. There's no wrong way to.
To juice.
Well, I'm sure there's a wrong way to juice because, you got to have. If you don't know this, I am a massive dork when it comes to making purchases. Before I will buy something, I do a tremendous amount of research. And so when we were buying a juicer, I'd been given one, we killed it. And with a centrifugal juicer, which is the kind that spins, it
Hence the name.
oxidizes the vegetables. And when it oxidizes the vegetables, it reduces the vitamins. So you have to drink it immediately. Whereas with a slow masticating juicer or cold pressed juicer, you can actually wait up to 72 hours if they're stored in an airtight container like a mason jar filled all the way to the top. So we purchased the Omega Twin Gear juicer, which was the best option for us. It's very easy to clean. It is incredibly powerful. And you can also use it to make nut butters.
Milmord's dying over there.
Going to go in Doug's office and make a nut butter
Making
today,
a
but
nut butter.
no, he was too
I was
busy for
I
me.
was in the middle of something.
In any case, she did
You
not
juiced the
juice the
chicken.
chicken. She just bought like a container of chicken broth and was sticking it in there. You're wrong about
No. You can like what you like. There's nothing wrong about it.
okay, I don't understand. Not wrong at all to like what you like. Yeah, no, I mean, I can like what I like. You can like what you like. That's cool. But I have some questions. Like the guy that fucks the couch. I don't understand
Whatever.
fucking a sofa, but if you
Yeah,
want to fuck
go
a
ahead.
sofa, knock yourself out as long as the sofa is willing.
The juicing.
That was somebody else's sofa though.
It was, yeah. It was, and he was trying to get a job there, so that's probably not.
Actually, it was his new office, so technically
Oh,
it was his
technically
sofa.
his, yeah.
So,
Yeah, they shouldn't have been in there.
but they didn't want him fucking the sofa in the office.
Speaking of juicing,
Was that ever a problem at your job with Tracy? Did you guys ever have like problems walking in on people who are having sexual relations with the sofa? And if so, who would it have been, and why did you both think of Kyle?
No, I did not. I didn't. There was really none of that.
No one had sex with furniture? You don't know.
There was.
You were like a go to work, eat dry ass snacks, go home guy.
Yeah.
You weren't hanging out in the office after hours. You don't know what happened. Tracy could have been doing all kinds of freaky things with the furniture. You don't know.
There was some, yeah. There were rumors. No, I'm
See?
kidding. No, I'm kidding. There were no rumors.
There were rumors. There were
a couple rumors. Yeah, there were a couple rumors.
You guys
anyway,
should spill the
so
tea.
on when you said that she juice the chicken, all I could think of there was an episode of The Odd Couple where Felix's son's frog hopped into Oscar's typewriter and Oscar typed on him, so he had a sprained leg, and so Felix was trying to like nurse him back to health because he was in this frog jumping competition the next day. So he takes the frog, puts one of the frog's legs in a blender, turns it on, and you see this frog's leg going around and around and around. And Oscar runs over and shuts off the blender and goes, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I'm giving him a whirlpool bath." And Oscar comes and goes, "It looks like you're making a frog malted."
I don't like that.
One of the funniest scenes in the history of TV. I was crying the first time I saw it, and I still laugh every time I see it. It's so good. Anyway.
That I knew. And then she said, I mean, Becky and I did work together, but we never did anything at work.
Yeah, we just I don't know what happened.
We don't know what happened, but we're back.
Maybe something hit that with my
but you were touching your mouse when it went off.
There weren't even like a lot of office roommates. They were mostly women, so goes to figure.
Yeah, and the two women got together. They were together long before that. Was there an inter-office dating policy?
No, but I think
were you so sad that
I think there was at least one person that dated somebody that worked there, that sort of worked there, and then ended up dating somebody that did work there full time. So,
well, I'm so tired. Sorry. It's 9:17.
But yeah, it's 9:17. We should wrap it up and talk about our thing. Oh, there's lightning. Oh, danger.
Do you see lightning?
You know what? When I see like I'll in our bedroom looks out this way, which is looking west, right? So the ocean is over there. So I don't know how far the ocean is, maybe 4 or 5 miles, something like that. So if I wake up in the middle of the night, see lightning, I'm like, oh, is it coming this way? Whatever. I'll look at the radar on my phone, and the lightning's out and over the ocean. But it looks like it's right on top of you. So
yesterday we had intense thunder all morning. It felt like the sky was constipated. I did my impression yesterday. I'm not doing it again. And then today we woke up to thunder and lightning again. Yep. It was very, very frightening for me.
Yeah, it was.
What about you, Galileo?
No, let me go.
Mishmella. We will not let you go. Okay, so I had the other thing I wanted to talk about was, what are you pulling up the weather? What are you doing?
No, I'm trying to pull up something really amazing for the people. But...
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, but they don't want to watch it on your phone.
No. If I'm not.
All right. I don't want to watch a frog suffer. Anyway, so there's, as many of you know, the gremlin in the blender comes to mind with the frog story. That part made me laugh. Gremlin in the blender in Gremlins. Amazing. Mom killed him in the kitchen. Killed one in the microwave, one in the blender. Oh God, I wish I could remember them all. In any case, there's as many of you are aware, I am a little bit of a conspiracy nut.
A little?
Is it what they call? I think I'm only a little conspiracy nut. Have you watched some of these posts?
Oh no.
So a lot of people,
much worse.
So there's a lot of people with questions about the Maui fires, interestingly, and there's a book out already on Amazon about the Maui fires, and people are freaking out about it because they believe it's feeding into some sort of a conspiracy. And don't get me wrong, there very well may be a conspiracy for the Maui fires. I don't fucking know. But what I will tell you is this. A book appearing on Amazon this quickly after the Maui fires is now going to be the norm, because I could go on ChatGPT right now and write you a book about any topic you wanted in under 15 seconds. So that book, there may be a conspiracy, may not be. I don't freaking know. And if there was, I certainly wouldn't talk about it on the podcast because YouTube would pull it down. But what I will tell you is that the book is not part of the conspiracy because AI writes a book like that. So that's both a good thing and a bad thing. Mm. Like if you have a paper due tomorrow, although the colleges are finding ways to see if ChatGPT wrote things for people. Mm. But I hear if you write it in, so you write it, you have ChatGPT write it, translate it into Spanish, translate it into German, translate it back to English and rewrite it, you should be able to get a paper that they can't search for. Not that I encourage you to do that.
So I am to believe that there was some grand conspiracy to start wildfires in Hawaii in the hopes of what?
So I will tell you in a second. The fires were started. There's so much not being said on prime time. So there are pictures being shown. People are sharing pictures of things that look fishy, but the bigger issue is that the state of Hawaii has wanted to rezone for quite some time, and the wealthy are buying more and more land over there. So Oprah owns quite a bit of an estate.
Mm-hmm.
Steven Tyler, there's a few others that own a lot of land.
Yeah.
And so the governor, I watched this video. I personally watched this video myself. The governor talked about rezoning the land in a clip that I watched.
So they burned it down and killed a bunch of people.
They're talking about building smart cities, which is there are some in existence already where it's basically a 15-minute neighborhood and everything you need is there and you're only allowed to leave on certain times. And it's very concerning to me. There are questions being raised, and I don't know for sure, but it raises questions. Tom says they want you to handwrite stuff now. Who wants you to handwrite stuff now?
Because you were talking about ChatGPT.
Oh,
I don't know.
That's crazy.
I don't know who they is,
but they don't want you to.
I like them.
The professors. They're not teaching kids to write cursive anymore. I don't know what the fuck is with that.
They're gonna make petroglyphs.
And Ian said they had plans to make Maui 15-minute city. No, the governor, I listened to him talk about it. Now they're going to rezone it to make it a 15-minute city. So much for a free country. Bingo. What?
I think it's interesting. I don't want to get political.
Do you not believe that 15-minute cities are a concept that have been produced?
I think it's a concept that somebody studied, and now but it's like everything else.
But do you think that we should have that in the United States?
I don't know enough about it to say if we should have it or we shouldn't, but I think
where
it's
you need
interesting.
To have permission to leave a 15-minute neighborhood from your house. You think that the government?
I don't know anything about it, so I'm not going to comment about it.
But my question is, do you believe that the
I
government?
don't know enough about it to talk about it. I can't.
But I'm asking you a simple question that doesn't mean 15-minute. It doesn't have anything to do with you knowing anything or not. It's a simple question. Do you believe the government should be able to tell people that they cannot go without outside a 15-minute area of their home?
No, I don't believe that is something.
Okay.
But the reasons they're doing it, I don't know. Are they trying to cut down on pollution? Are they trying to cut down on something? I don't know what they're trying to do.
Doesn't matter.
Right.
So I don't care. Like, yes, it's all going to be under a quote green initiative, and you and I would not be allowed to travel. But I bet your sweet ass Bill Gates is going wherever the fuck he wants. And there you have it.
What I was going to say originally was I find it interesting that the people will think that there's some grand scheme to cause a hurricane or a fire or something that they'll believe that, but they don't believe that the earth is round, or they don't believe
but you have
they
to
don't believe or they believe JFK Jr. is still alive, or stuff like that.
So you have to talk to the individual person to find out what they believe and don't. You're trying to lump everyone together. Like that's, and actually that's something that really bothers me, is that people I jokingly call myself a conspiracy nut, but like we've had issue after issue after issue that has been proven to be true, and we were all called fucking nuts. So don't lump me in with the flat earthers, although I haven't even fucking looked into the flat earth shit, so who the fuck knows. But if you don't have the information, and look at all the people out there that are so in that forever and ever and ever were so in favor of you know what and the you know where, as they've gotten more information, they're changing their tune. You get more information, you watch something like the Tuskegee Airmen, MK Ultra, fucking Operation Paperclip, Operation Mockingbird, and you don't think to yourself, yeah, I have some fucking questions about the shit my fucking country does. Don't you think that?
Again, there's a lot of stuff that's rotten in Denmark.
Okay, well, there you go.
But sometimes a fire is just a fire.
Maybe.
A hurricane is just a hurricane.
Maybe, but if you haven't researched it yourself, how can you say?
I'm just saying. I'm saying as a rule.
And I'm saying as a rule.
I said as a rule that people that are so quick to say these fires were set by the government.
Do you think I'm so quick to say that?
No, I'm not saying that you are. I'm just saying that.
Then why are you making this big assumption about a group of people? Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't do that.
I said I just find it interesting. I'm not calling people idiots. I'm not calling people names. I'm saying I find it interesting that far-fetched ideas are easy for some people to jump on board with, when things that are tried and true and been proven by all kinds of different means.
Yeah, no, hang on. I mean, therein lies the problem right there, is that we see it very differently, because people like me, and again, if you want to make, like, I don't think it's cool to make generalizations about people. And it's so funny because you can make, you can say whatever you want about a conservative. You can say whatever you want about a Christian. By the way, I don't really identify as a Christian. I make Jesus jokes all the time. You guys are here. I'm very spiritual, but I don't do the whole church thing. Good for some people. That I have, it's okay to attack conservatives. It's okay to attack Christians. It's okay to attack conspiracy nuts. If we did that to any other group of people, we would be canceled. Much less canceled, we'd lose our jobs, our homes, our children, God knows what the fuck else. But as someone who would describe herself as a conspiracy nut in a very tongue-in-cheek kind of way, I don't believe every conspiracy, but you don't believe any there's actually a TikTok about this. You don't believe any conspiracies?
I love a good conspiracy.
So, but here's the thing. For people that think the way I do, who have gone down the rabbit hole, so to speak, we have learned that there's a pattern of sleight of hand with the media and the government. Whatever they're showing over here, they're doing something over here, and you're not seeing it.
Except for when the thing, never mind. It's
thing what?
Except if you don't agree with like the thing that's front and center, right? Like if there's something front and center.
That's not true, because I do my own research.
Okay.
I do my own research.
Go ahead.
You don't believe I do my own research?
I'm not saying you do or you don't. I don't feel the need to argue about it.
Do you not?
I'm not going to change your attitude about anything.
I understand that, but are you saying that I don't do my own research? Are you calling me a liar?
I don't know how you do your research. I don't know. I don't see you. You need a library card.
What is at the library anymore?
I don't know.
Okay.
All I know is.
But do you or do you not think I do my own research? A woman who researches a fucking juicer doesn't research.
Okay, I know you do your research, right? But we're also on this tip that you can't trust Google, because Google's only going to give you a certain thing. So you go and use something else. You can't
trust Google. I can't. You know the Jesse Ventura Plum Island video?
Yeah.
That we've sent to how many people?
Yeah.
Can't find it anymore on Google.
Yeah.
Can't find it anymore.
We don't know why that is, though.
And they had Shapiro, not Ben Shapiro, a different Shapiro, was on Rogan. This guy had worked for, I think his last name was Shapiro, worked for the Democratic Party. He was the CEO of Psychology Today, and psychologist, had donated the Clinton campaign, was involved in that campaign, spoke before Congress about how just a simple change in the Google algorithm can manipulate an entire election, and it has.
But God forbid somebody put any safeguards, Twitter, Facebook, anything else, and then it's censorship. So,
but
there's no easy answer.
I'm sorry. Are you not saying that are you saying that there's not censorship on these platforms?
I'm not saying there is or there isn't. I'm just saying you can't have one and then complain about the other.
So who do you want to be in charge? I can complain about whatever the fuck I want to. I'm saying to you that you have to do your own research. And yes, it is very difficult to know what is a trustworthy source. However, I have found that by looking at multiple sources that have opposing viewpoints, I gather my opinion based on those multiple viewpoints. And when I get new information, I'm happy to change my mind. I've done it about many things. What is all of these noises you're making?
That's you make a valid point. You look at stuff.
You can say that, and I would be happy.
But I'm also saying, well,
sounds like fuck you.
But here's the thing: if you can't trust any information, then having a bunch of information,
let me tell you right
doesn't
now,
make it any better.
You cannot trust any information.
Then your research is crap, and I just proved my point.
My research is not crap, because what I've explained to you is I look at multiple sources and I draw my own.
Multiple sources are all crap. And so you put it
together.
Doesn't matter. You got crap.
At the end of the day, I draw my own conclusion, and my conclusion is not crap. And as you have seen in your own fucking life, when we have talked about issues in your with your kids, with your jobs, with everything. People we know. How many times have I been fucking right? Every fucking time.
No, I'm not saying that you're off base. I'm just saying if
you're being
if input is crap, a lot of input is crap. So it's not even worth talking about.
I don't agree with you.
I could go on right now and research the crap out of the Hawaii fires, and I'm going to get a boatload of crap that I don't know what.
But that's why you have to make your own judgment. You have to weigh it yourself. You have to play judge and jury.
Right.
So it's fun. It's like people like to watch Judge Judy. You be judged up.
So with that, you have to respect everyone's opinion, no matter where they get it from or where or what manipulation has been done.
Yeah, but I also think there are a lot of people that are just intentionally have their head in the sand.
I think there's people that don't know to ask those questions. Yes, I agree.
No, I think there are people, and it's funny. We were talking about it today, Ann and I, with somebody else. I forget who the other person was, about how once you open your eyes to the fucking terrible things that happen in the fucking world, you wish
that you didn't.
Yeah. Red pill, blue pill. Give me the other one, because you look at these people and yes, on the one hand, you're like, oh my God, you're a fucking idiot. And on the other hand, you're like, I wish I was you. Let's go through these comments. Trey says, so much for a free country. I know I pulled that up before, but it bears reiterating over and over and over again. This is not what my ancestors came to this country for. Although my mom's side, they may have come here to fuck everybody up and give the Indians smallpox blankets. Teresa says schools are being defunded to teach archery and hunting safety. That teach archery and hunting safety. That's ridiculous. We should be teaching our children survival skills from a very young age. We should be teaching them practical things. How many fucking dioramas did your kids make?
At least 1, 2.
Okay. Yeah. And let me just say, you're a creative director. How many dioramas have you ever had to make?
Diorama making, as that skill has treated me well in my adult life.
But how many dioramas have you actually made?
Dioramas?
Yes.
Have I actually made?
Yes.
Couple, probably.
Okay, you've made a couple. Okay, and you're in art.
How many? But it's not about the diorama as a thing. It's about presenting information in a unique and artistic way.
I understand that. But what I'm saying is that children are leaving school without the most basic of skills: how to pay their taxes, how to have a credit card, how to function how to change a tire, how to be a functioning person in the world, and they know how to make a fucking diorama. My kids had to make a diorama a week. It drove me insane. Like I think
you have diorama rage.
I do, and I have flashbacks. We did this stupid don't have smart kids. Smart kids are a fucking pain in the ass. You do all these crazy projects and they get stuck. You're like, you're smarter than I am. How am I supposed to help you? And here we are. One of them's my kids, one of them's a PhD in chemistry. I got a D in chemistry. The other one's like a hotshot programmer. One's in college now. The other one, I don't know what she's doing, but she's brilliant. She's got like a mind, like an imagination. She's so talented. They're all smarter than I am. I can't keep up with them or help them with their homework. And fuck dioramas and the horse they rode in on. Unless there's a horse in your diorama with like a Conestoga wagon and some fake grass.
See, now you're talking. That's where
it's fine. I enjoy art. But my point is that kids don't need to do 20 dioramas. Kids need to know how to survive and be able to grow plants and first aid. Anne says, I have seen so much looking at the fire damage. It doesn't make sense to me. Those plans were there before the fire. They showed the paperwork. I heard they would not accept. I saw, like I said, if I can find it again, I'll show it to you, but it was the governor talking about rezoning the city. Donations, and said only 2 agencies, FEMA and Red Cross. People went to FEMA office and they were closed at 4. I have not been impressed with FEMA, and I have a Red Cross story that will curl your hair. I will tell it very quickly. A man I know was a POW. We worked together. He had been a POW, and when he was released and went over the bridge, the Red Cross was there, and he had, got whatever he got. And they asked for his social, or I don't know if it was service member ID back then or not. That was a brief thing. Like, I think that my uncle was given his service member ID number on like a Monday or on a Friday. And they're like, memorize this number. You have to know it for the rest of your life. On Monday, they're like, yeah, we're not doing that anymore. So I don't know if that was a thing back then or what, but he had to give this number. And he asked why. It was either social. I think it was the social. Let's say it was the social for the sake of argument. They're like, we need this number. And he's like, why? The Red Cross was going to take the money out of his paycheck. So I don't donate to the Red Cross for that very reason. The man had no reason to lie to me. I have been looking at worldwide news for years now, and it's like a puzzle coming together. I take nothing for granted, so I do the work myself. Yeah, I think that's wise. Tom says, oh boy. Yeah, it's hard to nut in the middle of this conversation. And then Ann says, your eyes will never close again once they're opened. You know, I have so many things in my life I would like to forget about. It's like,
close things
like
and
the
not
shit
open
that's
them
going
again.
on. Can I make can you have here's like an app.
Yeah.
And you select all the things in your life you would like to forget. And maybe.
Oh, that'd be good. Like a Men in Black pen situation.
Like you can be like, oh, would you like to forget this? And then maybe you can remember things that you couldn't remember.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. I would get a brain chip if I could. I would get one of those fucking. Listen, I don't believe in Elon Musk brain chips unless it's for like restoring sight or hearing or for Alzheimer's, like whatever. Great. If it's for a medical purpose. But if you're just doing it so you can search the internet, like that's crazy. I'm still in the middle of something.
Keep going. They can still see you.
Can you just wait for a second?
Yeah.
I don't even know what I was talking about. Oh, in your brain. Have the chip in your brain if you want to for, medical reasons, but I don't think it's wise for people to be chipping themselves up any more than it's wise to have a watch. But here we are. My issue is if I could go and erase certain things from my brain, I would do it.
Like Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah. I don't even know what that is, but
that was a movie where Jim Carrey has Kate Winslet removed. He was so heartbroken, he had it removed from his mind altogether.
Yeah, that's something I've talked about
trauma,
this
you would just could go in there and zap out the trauma, but then you might not be the same person you are.
I would
you might be like, oh,
I might be okay with that. And that was, again, today I was meditating and like I said, I had a big emotional release. I burst into tears. I was thinking about my kids. And if I could forget that I had kids, I would.
No, because you don't want to forget that.
No, it's incredibly painful for me. It's
painful,
incredibly
but
traumatic.
You have some good memories attached to that. And
it's not good for me. It's not good. I love my kids and I wish that they were a part of my life. But if I could remove that memory and forget that I ever had kids, so I wouldn't be in the constant pain I'm in, I would do it in a minute.
I get it.
But we need to move on to this diorama.
And speaking of dioramas, this was a meme the other day that I found that I enjoyed quite a bit. How much turmoil does a science project cause families? And somebody did a science project about that. 75% of kids cry, 90% of parents yell, an average of 15 hours of family time is sacrificed. Everyone hates the science fair. Brilliance right there.
So there you go. So the only other thing I had was Rainn Wilson. His show on Peacock that we found to be enjoyable.
It's called what is it? Secret of Bliss, or like
the
Geography of Bliss.
The Geography of Bliss.
Where he goes to different countries and examines why people are happy, or if they're happy, and if not.
So he goes to a lot of countries where people are miserable, and he goes to countries where people are happy and varying things. He went ice swimming with some women in Iceland. Yep. And he is this musician he found in Romania.
Bulgaria.
Yeah.
And I'm now Facebook friends with him.
We'll do a concert in your house. Like for two people. He'll just come over and sing for you.
He started it during during COVID. He was going and he has like a PA and he sets it up and he'll sing. And this one lady, it was just the lady and her like 12-year-old son, and like did the show for him and took pictures and then left, and it was genius. And he was like saying, yeah, because I couldn't play out during lockdown, and I just went to people's houses, and it took bravery for them to let me into the house or whatever, but at the same time I was able to bring music to the people. So
that's a great way to live your life, I think. So it's 9:39. We're gonna do our gratitude and wrap up. We want to hear what you guys are grateful for, because let me just tell you something. Living in a place of gratitude, it is the only thing that has saved us this year.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of many things. You guys have saved us this year, and we're so grateful for that. Our 100th episode is coming up.
It is.
We don't know what we're going to do, but we're looking forward to it. It's a really big milestone, and it wouldn't happen without you. We wouldn't have a show without you. Our best episodes are always, always, always the ones when you guys are interacting with us. Remember, no podcast tomorrow night because Doug's competing. in a songwriter contest. I'm going to go live, but it will only be on the Marital Hate Facebook page because I can't blast to multiple places at once from my phone. I can only do it from the laptop. So it'll be on Marital
somewhere
Hate
between
Facebook.
7:30 and 9:30.
It'll be on at some point, and you can always watch it later. And so anyway, we will see you on Monday. And what I'm grateful for, of course, you guys always. I'm thankful for Doug, even though sometimes he annoys me. Like a couple times tonight. Kind of wanted to punch him in the dick. Maybe I'm going to revoke his rain check. I'm thankful for this little fan here because it's keeping me from losing my mind. It's called a Triva fan. The thing that's hilarious about that is my therapist's name,
here,
also Triva.
Up in here.
Let's see. I'm thankful for this lemon oil that helps keep the bugs away. I'm grateful for Bubbles because that was funny as shit.
It was funny.
I am grateful that the rain has chilled the fuck out so I can get my laps done. I am grateful for a little idea I had today that just might be fucking awesome.
She did have a good idea.
We'll tell you about it next week, maybe. I am grateful, of course, for my Jeep. I love my Jeep. I love my Jeep. I love my Jeep. I'm grateful for all the people in my life that love, support, and inspire me to be better. And of course, it seems redundant to say that I love you guys, and then of course to say that again because most of you guys, all of you guys, fall into that category. But you know, I have friends that aren't able to watch the podcast, or I don't know, don't like us enough to watch the podcast.
Can't afford the internet.
They're or maybe it's not for them, or maybe they shouldn't watch this podcast. You know, I still love them and they still inspire me. And then there's people that I don't even know that inspire me, like Bert Kreischer inspires me. Freaking Grant Cardone inspires me. Gary V inspires me. Tony Robbins inspires me. Mel, I can't think of her last name. She inspires. Lots of people inspire me. So I'm grateful for those people because, you know, when you're somebody that tries to inspire and motivate other people and bring sunshine to the world, it can be really hard when you're down because who do you go to then? And you feel a responsibility to so many people because you're always up that you feel like you can't go to them. So, you know, those people that I feel like safe with, like, I'm so grateful for them. And then, and you, and then, so is that like 8?
It's a lot.
That was like 2 more. I'm grateful for the pool I'm about to jump in. Or did I say, well, I said that I was grateful the rain stopped.
Rain.
And I'm grateful for our new funky speaker because it's really good.
It's actually still on, so let's shut it off.
Oh yeah, we don't want to kill the battery, but it is rechargeable.
It is rechargeable.
USB.
No problems.
No problems.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, what you got?
Power off.
Power off. It tells you.
I'm grateful for all these knuckleheads on this podcast that join us every night, or just tonight, whatever it takes. I'm thankful for humor, a sense of humor. I'm thankful for my wife. I'm thankful for oat milk, which I love. I am thankful for...
He didn't get his oat milk tonight. You should have gotten your oat milk while you were on the phone with Phil. You talked to Phil instead of getting oat milk.
I talked to I'm thankful for talking to my brother Phil. I connected with Phil.
Are you?
Well, it was all right. All right.
Is he going to watch your performance party?
No, he's not. Probably not. Anyway, I'm thankful for music in general. I'm thankful for clean air and sunshine and rain and all other Rob
joy and pain.
All other Rob bass lyrics. I don't really have much, but I am thankful for all you guys, and I'm thankful for a chance to perform tomorrow and bring some music to the world.
Trey says, I am grateful for our freedom. I am thankful for Doug to have the opportunity tomorrow, and I'm thankful for healing. Yeah.
Very good.
Ann says, good luck, Doug. Kill it tomorrow with your song.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm thankful for access to clean water, human connection, my animal companion, and thank you for my safety and shelter. When you say your animal companion, do you mean the powdery man baby, or do you,
that's
do you have a pet?
low. Oh, that's cold.
What do you mean? How is that cold?
You can't call your husband an animal friend or whatever it is.
An animal companion?
An animal companion.
I wouldn't give you that the satisfaction of being called my animal companion. What are you doing?
Packing up, going home.
You live here.
I live here.
I'm gonna take my clothes off, jump in the pool, swim my laps.
Well, let's
then collapse.
turn the camera off first.
Drugs are bad.
Thanks for stopping by.
My dog, but his nickname is Chim Chim. Please send me a picture. I love dogs. I wish we had a pet. We don't. We just have each other. Oh, we do have pets. We have about 3,000 listeners.
We do. We have a lot of them.
We talk to them.
Around.
We have little names for them.
I just call them Little Bugger. Hey, Little Bugger.
You don't give them different names?
No.
Like
Big Stumpy has a name because he's different.
Big and stumpy.
He is. He's big and he lost his tail and it was growing back, so he had a stump.
We have an anole out front that is the biggest anole I've ever seen. We still have the albino gecko, and then there's a couple that live in the overhang out front. Craziness.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do my laps. Love you guys. Yeah. Keep a good thought for Doug.
See ya.
Bye.